Dude! We're at the final boss of Sonic! Pedophilia! There's pedos in the Sonic community, apparently, according to Sonic Show. We still need to watch the video. But, goddamn, and Sam Procrastinates is in the thumbnail. Sam Procrastinates. One of the best, most wholesome Sonic YouTubers. I don't know why he's in this thumbnail. I guess we'll see. Sam Procrastinates, very fun Sonic YouTuber. I love him. Love him. He's one of my favorites. My top 6 Sonic YouTubers, because it's hard to rank them all, would probably be Premi to Remy, Sam Procrastinates, Matt Has No Cuts, The Sonic Show, which we are going to watch, and Channel Pup. Those are the 5 that I like. Well, there's a lot more that I like, honestly. But I guess I have the, like, news type YouTubers or whatever. There's a bunch I like. But anyway, dude, Sam's reaction here was fucking awesome, dude. He, like... it's, like, perfectly timed with the knuckles. Dude. But yeah, but besides that moment, like, he makes great fucking videos, which is why I don't know why he's in the thumbnail of this. My favorite Sonic YouTubers are going at it. He's pointing at them saying, pedo? Does he like them that they're pedo? Is he covering it up? What is it? I don't even know, dude. NativeFall, I recognize. I actually remember that person's videos. But, yeah, let's see what's going up in the Sonic community. Oh my god, dude. It's about a blue hedgehog! Stop fucking kids! It's not that hard, anyway.
This is easily the most serious video I've ever created, so there won't be any raccoon PNGs or anything like that. There's hundreds of pieces of evidence and months that went into research, so even if you're someone who hates me,
So this is interesting, because for those of you who don't know, a lot of Sonic news has been coming out, right? We've been getting the movie trailer, we've been getting new gameplay of Sonic Shadow Generations, and yeah, he's been on top of it until about 4 months ago. Like, he did make a quick reaction video, but besides that, for the last 4 weeks, despite there being a bunch of Sonic news, the most probably in a 4-week span that we've had in a while, you know, this comes out instead. So he was busy working on this. So he stopped to do this.
This is something I've been putting off, is I just want to be a good bean and stick to covering Sonic news. But this is really important, and due to a lot of the discussion around the many recent controversies...
Yo! 15 months! I was radicalized by Beak the Cat Rule 34. Same. Thank you so much.
This is about 2 prominent individuals in the community. A YouTuber named
No, stuff's going too good in the Sonic community. There's too much good news. We need to balance it out.
NativeFall, who many of you are likely familiar with, and another creator named Shani Classic Knack Fan, who's mostly known to the public, is one of the main cast members frequently on Sam Procrastinate's streams.
Shani was here in the stream earlier.
Dude, okay. There's a thing with Sam Procrastinates and a couple other creators that I don't like to bring up because it's like, it's just their friends in chat or whatever, but as a viewer, and it only happens to me on these 2 particular streams, Proton John, no, it actually is 3 streams, Proton John, Some Call Me Johnny, and Sam Procrastinates. The main creators, I love them. The random co-hosts they have online in the background, literally every time they speak, they ruin the content. And I know they don't speak that much, but literally he'll be, like, analyzing Sonic Shadow Generation, something really interesting's going on. Sam's trying to, like, explain it or look at it, and then some guy's gonna be like, it was really windy in Kingdom Valley that one time, right? And it's like, what? Like, it just completely takes you out of it. And then to just have them, like, be outed as, like, pedo or whatever, it's like, which I assume is what's gonna happen in this, it's like, he's made an appearance on, or they, I don't know their pronoun. They've made an appearance on 155 public streams and videos of Sam's. Bruh. Oh my. Come on. Come on, dude. What the fuck?
Fox, he's been here. He was here a little bit ago.
Now,
it's not even like, oh, I'm gonna keep him around or them around. I don't know their gender, whatever. I'm just gonna say whatever pronoun until it's corrected. But, or clarified to me. But they aren't even, like, they don't even add to the content. Like, I watch a lot of Sam Procrastinates, right? Not, like, die hard, you know, not every video, but, like, pretty much every other video, and then hop in a stream occasionally. And I didn't know who the fuck Shanty was. Like, they're not even adding to the content, dude. But, so I guess it's just their friend. I don't know. This is weird, dude. Like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Sam could have done something better. But Sam's a good guy. Like, I feel like Sam, if anything, there is to criticize. It's just like the execution of how he handled it, not his intention. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Reasons I think with a fan base like ours, this is really important to speak up about include multiple IRL meetups, confirmed sending to multiple minors.
Whoa! Yo! And the screen's only half filled! Wait, these are like fucking, these aren't bullet points, these are nuke points. What the fuck? Holy shit. Dude. Okay, and I know it can get bad. Dude, is there gonna be like rape next? Like what the fuck's happened? And 2 multiple minors.
Through a handful of public servers of Sonic fans, of which many mods have come forward with reports of, as well as sending to minors directly through DMs, and even an admission of receiving of actual real-life IRL children, which, if it couldn't get any worse, one of these 2 individuals even got caught with a large collection of baby fur porn!
What the fuck? What the fuck? Thousands! 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 Turn down the volume on the stream. Turn down the volume on the stream. This is gonna be nuts! What the of explicit baby? Calm down. If you want a calm fucking reaction to this, go watch someone else. I don't know. Dude, it's crazy! Dude, fur! Dude, when I was looking right at the screen where fur was, like baby fur, like right here on the screen, as it zoomed in, as it popped up, and I was like, what? Baby fur? Just, holy shit. We're 1 minute in! This fucked. Dude. Strap in. This is gonna be a stream. And I'm only covering this, by the way, today. This is probably gonna be like 1 to 2 hours, but...
Baby fur art of varying levels of realism.
Realism on fur? What? Do they have like hyper-realistic, like, fucking real, like, animal fur-looking painted shit? Like, what do you mean realistic? I think that would have been fur... What? Realism? So you can see... Oh my god, dude.
And yes, not lolly, not even toddler, but babies. And
not even toddler! Yo, once they turn 2, they're expired, dude. Like, for these people, once they turn 2 years old, they're expired. Are you kidding me? This isn't a hebephile. This isn't a pedophile. This is a baby file. This is even worse. This is, like, worse than being a pedo. Just a regular pedo. This is, like, super pedo. What's going on? This is, like, dude. The 7 pedo emeralds, and then he went, like, super pedo, like Sonic. Yeah! CP coming in the random pedos DMs. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm fucking crazy. I need a fucking... This is why I should be on break, bro. I'm fucking weird. Okay, whatever.
Respect situation and how
Whatever.
Twitch didn't say anything until info of it got leaked. Literally, nobody wants to be the one to talk about this. And frankly, with how bad it gets, I can't blame them. And honestly, I feel especially obligated to talk about this as by having one of these 2 people lurking.
There's no way, dude. Sam had to have kicked them off their streams once he found this out. They had to have been banned from his streams. What do you?
In the community, also be one of the only 2 creators I've ever shouted out in a video and platformed with a collab. So I do feel some level of responsibility to speak out, and not just as a leader in the community, but even just from the people I've interacted with. A good chunk of the victims affected by this are also fans from my own audience, and some of the victims are even creators I personally know and have formed close friendships with. So
this is fucking nuts. Not only has his fans got groomed, it doesn't matter who got groomed or whatever, you know? It's like, what? They're still people and it's equally as bad no matter what, but like, feels like this was like really deep rooted in the Sonic community. If it's like other creators that he knows and stuff, and there's a lot of young creators in the Sonic community. Like, there's some people that I follow and I watch their videos, but I don't even know if I'd be like fully comfortable becoming friends with them because they're so young. There's like 18-year-old like Sonic YouTubers and stuff, and they make fine videos for their age. But I mean, it's like, but no, this is like baby shit. This isn't even like, dude. But about creators, you know, let's listen.
Hear about how much worse everything has been behind the scenes, as well as talking directly with them about it. I'm not gonna lie, has been quite personally disturbing to me. And for full disclosure,
yeah, that's why I'm saying it's worse, because like it's more personal to him, and it's like deep rooted in the community. It's like, this is like not just like one random fringe pedo going out, and it would be just as bad. Like, it's affecting individual people just as equally, but like, it's just crazy that this is like festering inside the community, not just some fringe thing, you know?
Before we get into it, because many will wonder, but everything I'm covering, I've already submitted to the proper authorities, and I'm very well aware.
Okay, good. That's actually good. Bowblax, Sonic community is an extension of furries. Well, there's crossover. I wouldn't say it's an extension of it. I mean, obviously furries existed before Sonic, right? So there's like some crossover. So there's some crossover with Sonic and furries, and there's some crossover with pedos and furries. There's crossovers everywhere, though. I don't know. I don't really see that as like why this happened. I'm sure you're making a joke, though. This is too degenerate for me to defend Lollister. Even Lollister can't defend it. Thank you for the 2.
A lot of this probably isn't legally actionable.
Oh, and fun fact with dude, no way, dude. Okay, Lollister. You know Lollister? Okay, one sec. For those of you who have seen, the Lollister. No, this is crazy. You have no idea. This is crazy. Okay. The person who is looking up baby porn is on the streams of Sam Procrastinates, right? Sam Procrastinates. Now, Sam Procrastinates, if you look at these glasses, and look at the Lollister glasses. These are Sam Procrastinate glasses that I used for the Lollister bit. It was real! Dude! No, Sam isn't a pedo, but like, he's like platforming one apparently. Which is what Lollister would do.
However, when it comes to one of them showing they received a link to real-life child, I think with us having a link to...
I have no ill will towards Sam at all at this point. I'm gonna watch the video and then decide. So, I'm just like joking around here, but no hard feelings until I find something that's worthy of hard feelings in this video. Well, there's already some, but I want to watch the full thing before shitting on Sam Procrastinates in particular, but yeah.
Talking directly with them about it, I'm not gonna lie, has been quite personally disturbing to me. And for full disclosure, before we get into it, because many will wonder, but everything I'm covering, I've already submitted to the proper authorities, and I'm very well aware. A lot of
guys.
But everything I'm covering,
General tip category? Tips? No, I'm just
already submitted to the proper authorities, and I'm very well aware. A lot of this probably isn't legally actionable. However, when it comes to one of them showing they received a link to real-life child, I think with us having a link to forward to the police and info on the guy who sent it, as well as who received it, that aspect is something that is...
I don't know if he was hacked because he DM'd me a fucking CP link. I blocked that shit. Did you save the image I sent? Which one?
Much more legally actionable for them to work with. Also, so this information in the video doesn't get held back, as the big man will zap videos he can't earn its dime from and make it so nobody sees it. All the revenue and money from ads on this video will be going to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, a good charity I've looked into that specifically pertains to a lot of the topics in this video, so I think it's quite appropriate. The important part here is the info itself. Me and a group of other creators, most of whom want to stay anonymous, have created an extensive document linked below that matches all the exact info one-to-one in this video. As again, I want to show in good faith that while this does
Wait, should we read this whole like Twitter thing? Oh god, 65 pages? Well, at least he covers it all in the video. Okay. Let's just read this, then watch the video, then we'll see about the doc. Trigger warning, pedophilia, cub porn, IRLCP, rape porn, lolly, and grooming of multiple minors. What a great start. This is extremely hard to post, but for the past few months, despite all the Sonic news dropping, I've barely been posting videos because of this very serious investigation that I've been leading with a small team. which after tons of peer reviewing is finally concluded, meaning I can show everything about it transparently and you can come to your own conclusions. Oh my god, the responsibility on this man is like unparalleled compared to everyone else. There is hundreds of pieces of evidence, and every claim made is backed by multiple points. There are two prominent predators lurking in the Sonic community, and almost every Sonic creator is aware of them. These two people are NativeFall and Shanty Classic Knack Fan. The first is a Sonic YouTuber you might have known or possibly seen around. The second is a frequent member of Sam Procrastinate's streams, appearing on around 100 streams after being outed, 40 plus in 2024. Oh my god, after being outed? Okay, that's an issue. I have gathered hundreds and hundreds of pieces of evidence, which I am obviously providing publicly to everyone, so that any lies from this opposing side can be quickly debunked. As part of being responsible with this investigation, I've reached out and spoken to every party to receive an official response, which is included in both the doc and video. Shanty gave his to a third party working with me, and Naivety essentially said, nah, I didn't, despite the multiple pieces of contradicting evidence. I know many people... I want to see Sam's response. I know many people in the Sonic community, for one reason or another, might have a predisposition towards dislike towards me, which is fine. Because I think there's like some petty drama between him and the Sonic community in the past or whatever. I'm not too sure what happened there. However, the important part is the info of this investigation, so feel free to choose between the in-depth Google Doc, around one-to-one with the video, but not fully made by me, or a YouTube video has a little bit more info overall, but entirely made by me. Okay, so we'll watch the video. So it's just the doc in case like people don't trust him as a source. Okay. Also, the video is unmonetized and the ad revenue. Okay, we got that. On a personal note, I've been very stressed, and I know for a fact that I will definitely get a lot of fallout from speaking on this, especially since one of them has a strong backing of massive creators seemingly going behind the scenes to defend them. That would probably be Sam, right? Or maybe protecting the Shanty person. But at the end of the day, I know that down in my heart, this is the right thing to do. The most important factor in this is minimizing the amount of victims, both from our mutual audiences and fellow creators who were kids at the time. All I ask is you keep an open mind whether you read or listen and watch this, as there is nothing more important in our child-filled community than weeding out people actively putting kids in danger. Which is a great point, right? So, like, with the whole, like, protect kids thing with, like, drama content, well, I mean, as I said, like, if one person gets pedoed on, it's equal as any other person getting pedoed on, no matter what the context. But, this community is more vulnerable in general because it's about a kid's property, so there's going to be more kids around. But yeah.
Unfortunately involve creators. This is a serious matter, and it isn't for attention and drama, but rather to try to minimize the very real damage that's currently and actively being done within our community. With everything I show or say, I'm making sure there's either a piece of evidence attached or a first-hand account of someone actually there. And I'm going to do everything I can to provide full transparency in every way possible, including I've spoken to every single person mentioned in this video and gotten responses from them that I've included as well. Since there's two people that I'm going to be focusing on, and they both communicate and send these type of images between each other, I'll go into each one individually, ending with them crossing paths. And the first one is a creator named NativeFall. Now, before all of this came out to us, Native was someone I would consider to be one of my few close friends in this community, which anyone who watches me knows I don't have a lot and keep my circle pretty small. He was an extremely talented creator with a similar ADHD editing style to mine, and I even found his...
Yeah, I liked their videos, except I found the bunny avatar a little weird, but I mean, if you're a furry and you're not weird about it, then...
humor style really quirky and fun. He did Sonic video essays, a content I like to throw on in the background, and with me having a similar content style but with news, we grew a very positive friendship and mutual respect, with me doing anything I could to use my platform to support him and help him grow, since I still believe a rising tide lifts all boats, meaning another creator's success is a win for the community overall and will only bring more people in, mutually helping me and everyone else grow. Now, with that quick background out of the way, some of you might already know a few sparse, more mild details about Native already, as there was a very early doc going around from a few creators, one of them being...
Oh, okay. Alright, so I want to respond to this whole... Oh.
Matt has no cuts. And the main focus of the doc was that Native was drawing Rule 34 of Cream, Tails, and a bunch of other minor characters. And at the time, nobody knew how much worse it was going to get. But Native, who was then my friend, reached out to me and told me, which he even put in his first document, that he was actually 13 at the time of drawing those, and now that he's an adult, he regrets it and would never do it. Which, for reference, we know he's at least 23 years old right now. And even though in hindsight, it'd be impossible for it to be a decade ago, especially with the Ninetales video that we'll get into later. But at the time, as someone who, as a friend, I trusted, I had no reason to think he was lying. Now, there's a lot of proof that later came forward with this.
Oh, is there like lore that is referenced in the Sonic CP that makes it, that dates it farther than 2013? Like there's like, I don't know, like a Wispon from fucking Sonic Forces in there or something? That'd be so weird. That'd be such a weird way to...
As well as an eventual admission, but no, Native was not 13 when he made these. In fact,
2021?
with one of the pieces he had pinned to his second Twitter profile of the exact same name, NativeFall, being of Tails, a minor in Sonic Prime, a show that, yeah, isn't that old. And that's not even including...
Your screen didn't freeze. I just don't. Sonic Prime came out like 2 years ago or a year ago, but like this dude, this looks like what was it? Futuristic Hub. This looks like Futuristic Hub. No warning. This is the first time I watched this video.
Skill level, and the publicly viewable upload date. Now me, Matt, and eventually another unnamed party all got in a call with Native.
Oh, see, I said Matt was one of my favorite Sonic YouTubers. Dude, he's one of the good ones, dude. Get off the... Dude!
Confronting him on this particular line. And that's when the walls of lies...
It literally looks like some Futuristic Hub shit, bro. Like the Minecraft porn shit.
Around Native just began to shatter. Even more and more people
that
kept
got,
getting
like,
added to the
exposed
call.
and removed from YouTube. I didn't look it up.
Soon enough, we realized that a lot of different creators all interacted
I'm gonna be concrete with you as I can. From what I've been told about the lies during your conversation, I wish no. Okay.
and spoke with Native, but everyone was told an entirely different story from him. So when confronted by these multiple people, he straight up admitted that a lot of these things that didn't add up were downright bold-faced lies. And with that admission, we pushed him for more and more information, even making him show us his DMs with Shani and other things like bookmarks through share screen, as after a certain point of being confronted
him and Shani were having
by all these different parties and all these other stories he told, he just gave in.
Dude, what if Tipster's just randomly in that group chat
and started confessing everything?
With naivety and fucking Shani.
One thing important in this doc that Native admitted to lying about was a claim he made that some random guy out of the blue just sent him
dude, fucking what? NativeFall like comes out and is like, dude, I know Mr. Beast and Ava. Aren't I so cool? And we're like, how do you know Ava?
a link to a file of real-life IRL child. He claimed this was an artist he had followed but had never spoken to, and went WTF and immediately blocked him with a screenshot of DMs that did show this was evidently the beginning of their only exchange. And I've blurred this link for very obvious reasons. However, Native, on the other hand, had this in the doc completely uncensored. So again, I've obviously forwarded this to the proper authorities. Also, there's a lot here, but in this same part of his doc where Native
wait, in Native's defense doc, he includes CP?
Native, on the other hand, had this in the doc completely uncensored. So again, I've obviously...
Yeah, I don't think your defense doc will go well if there's CP in it.
Forwarded this to the proper authorities. Also, there's a lot here.
I don't know. I mean, I've been,
you
know, don't take my word for it, but you know, I've been a drama YouTuber for a while, and I just don't think that's very smart to have literal child porn in your response document, but that's just me.
Native confirms he has personally DMCA'd the Sonic Prime stuff after being called out. He also claims that, quote, I was already done with NSFW in the first place, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back and one of the biggest reasons why I became super adamant on not just being done with NSFW art, but deleting everything too, which is provably false by the fact that he still does NSFW art to this day, has an active Twitter account for it, as well. is a Discord for his NSFW that he's very active in, and I get into that in its own section later as...
Oh, wait. Okay, Bowblax. History. Search. NativeFall.
It's a whole other mess. And it's so crazy for him to say he's moved on from NSFW, when currently, as of this moment right now, his pinned tweet is another animation in the exact same style as the Sonic Prime one, but this one's with Surge getting pounded by a BBC? And yes, Surge is 16, but that's besides the point, as somehow that's mild in the grand scheme of this whole thing. But at this point in the story, let's quickly go back to the Prime piece, because if you were a keen observer, you'll notice that the profile picture of the guy Native collaborated with on the piece is the same guy who sent Native real-life child, as well as
2 years earlier? Dude, so he's like, here's some CP. Native's like, ew! Want to work on something later? I think you have a good eye.
With this exact same piece,
Sonic Prime just came out. You want new kids to fucking make CP of?
Claimed he only made the background.
New lolly material.
Make Tails or any of the other characters, or even have knowledge of it being an adult piece. However, as it turns out, Native made the entire thing, and this other guy just did lighting and smaller details.
Why did NativeFall watermark his CP porn? What? He watermarked his lolly? He watermarked his lolly. He watermarked his lolly. Oh my god. That's an elevator pitch for this whole drama, dude. Well, it's a serious situation, but dude, he put CP in a Google Doc and also worked with the guy who sent it and also watermarked the work that he made with the guy who sent him CP 2 years ago. Sonic Show. What the fuck is this? This is insane. I'm 8 minutes in. What's happening? I'm like losing my brain. Dude, there's no way. You fucking watermarked your CP.
Even had it pinned on his public Twitter profile for months at a time, which yes, is a Sonic Twitter of his
pinned to the Sonic. Hey, I make Sonic video. What if you're a kid? You watch the Sonic movie 2. It's your favorite new movie. You're just introduced to Sonic. You look up Sonic Child Generations. You're so excited for the third movie. You look up some video on it. NativeFall. Ooh, they're on Twitter. I have Twitter to look at cool cat pics. Ooh, fucking. Dude, are you kidding me?
NativeFall official. Yes, both of his accounts were called NativeFall. His Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube username. With his safer work.
Dude, the voice. I'm sorry, dude. This is insane. I've never seen. NativeFall S and the NativeFall Pedo account. Like, it's like, you might as well call it Pedo. NativeFall Pedo? That's what he put on instead of O. That's what the O stands for. Pedo. NativeFall official Pedo non-safe for work account.
One being NativeFall S and the other one being NativeFall O.
Why?
Now, one of the most important things to cover about,
like, so it's like either he's a dumbass or he's being secretly open about it in order to lure in kids, which seems like the second one, but we'll see. It's just so, the watermark is just insane. He renamed his main Twitter
about Native is his very repeated habit of sending minors pictures and gifs. Something there are many victims of. I first want to start with what he was frankly bold enough to do in a public server. Promoted by Sonic tubers and full of, let's be honest, child Sonic fans. And after that, I'll go into the type of stuff he was DMing directly to minors.
I'm in a Sonic YouTuber server. I don't use it, but
Discord server named the Mobius Zone, which he's now banned from.
Wait, am I in Mobius Zone? No, that's okay. I'm in something else. I'm safe.
Is something owned by a collective of other Sonic tubers.
I might actually be in Mobius Zone. I don't know.
would all
Doesn't
promote
really matter, but
it in their videos.
As well as
I
make
don't
sure to
think I
join the
am, though.
Discord server down below. It's called the Mobius Zone.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, that is Matt. I remember him saying that because that sounded familiar. That's Matt No Cut server, right? Wait. Okay, gaming. Let's see. I might have it here. Matt has no cuts. The Mobius Zone. I have a lot of random servers I join and never leave. So I'm checking all them. Oh, I am in it! I am in Mobius Zone. What happened in here? What the fuck?
For your art there, we have a very supportive community. Also, if you share your art there, I might actually feature it in a video for the video essays. I'll even credit you and leave a Discord handle so people can contact you. If you're interested in that, join the Discord server down below. I'll be happy to see you guys' art.
Also, for the record, dude, I'm in like so many. I had to scroll so many fucking random like These are all like just random gaming, like a Pikmin mod, you know, random fucking like this is in development, and this is like a folder of like the gaming servers, you know. So it's like I don't actually use this server, but
As well as you can join the server and talk to me and a bunch of other amazing people who like theorizing about the games, giving their opinions, debating the games. You can find all that in the Mobius Zone.
Also checking out my Twitter, joining the Discord, the Mobius Zone.
Well, Native would constantly get in trouble with said creators from going in there, and even though he was a co-owner or whatever, frequently straight up posting in the general and other channels, all of which were safe for work. And when people would react, and since it's obviously a server full of minors, all be super disgusted, he would go and quickly delete it. But sometimes not for a really long time, and there's tons of mods who can talk on this. In fact, I got permission from a few.
dude, in the server, this is a message from 2023, unedited. Rule number 2 is no, not safe for work.
So I was the owner of the Mobius Zone, and I basically created this server as a means of bringing audiences together. So me and Native pretty much co-owned the server for a while there.
So
Yeah, I remember that.
in the Mobius Zone anymore, I haven't been for a long while, but for a good time I was an admin.
I was active in the server for a while, and it's sort of infancy. I was there for like the first 2 months of the server. I remember Native being there as like a big mod member. Right now, I'm a mod in the server, but I was never like big in the server for a long time. Not until like Matt was like done with the server.
Have you personally witnessed Native posting the Mobius Zone?
Yes, on quite a few occasions, and
Oh.
it's not just Mobius Zone, there's been plenty of other servers we've been to. He basically does this like kind of bad joke where like he posts quick of like Amy or Rouge or Cream or whatever female Sonic
Bro.
character, and then quickly deletes it, but everyone sees it and is like,
Showing porn as a joke means there's something fucked in your head.
freaked out about it. It's like a shock value joke. He thinks it's funny, but it's not.
Even people who are like, you know, they're not like pedos or whatever, but they're like, ha, I'm gonna post Thanos cock. I'm like, bro, come on.
It's kind of
Like-
weird and makes everyone awkward
Bruh.
in the call. So he would do that a lot in Mobius Zone, and you can find plenty, and I mean plenty of witnesses, because this guy did it in like fully public chats.
Yeah, I've witnessed NativeFall posting on multiple occasions throughout the server.
Well, it was not for a long time. He would
Dude, you know what's the biggest defense of this? Is whenever Native posts Sonic porn, he's posting non-canon material. He's like a fake fan. Because all of the Sonic fans have their pants off, and they canonically have no, genitals. The Sonic characters canonically have no genitals. I'm pretty sure Gerald didn't put a black Doom penis on Shadow. So it's like, every time he's posting these porn pictures in the Mobius Zone, he's like breaking the continuity of Sonic, which is kind of fucked up.
how do I say this?
He'd like post and delete.
He'd post and delete, yeah. That's
Yeah.
like the best way to say it. And I remember him when the server got purged, like when it was getting like hacked and stuff, he was spamming it and like streaming it in VC.
Were the channels he posted these in at least NSFW ones?
Dude, he like posts the fucking NSFW and he's like, here's the porn, Chaos Control, it's gone, and like fucking deletes it, dude. With Chaos Control, it's fucking epic.
No, there was no. Well, first of all, like I'm not even in Discord servers with NSFW channels because I don't really mess with that stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird when like the most normal ass server has like an NSFW channel, like, hi guys, this is the, I don't know, like fucking Smosh. Here's the Smosh fucking Discord. Here's an NSFW channel. It's like, bro, why is there NSFW in a normal ass server? I don't think that's, you know, not accusing Smosh of anything is a random example, but
like, so no, there was never NSFW channels. Like, he always did in.
like, why does there even need to be NSFW channels? Just like look up, like, what, dude? That whole concept is just like, what? Is he like sharing porn with each other, Jack? I'll just like private DM each other. I don't know.
Public chats.
Why are you doing it?
Mainly the VC text, because that was like his spot. But yeah,
What?
he always
They like
did
goon in public discords with people.
it in
Like,
public chats.
Oh no, the Mobius Zone was 100% safe for work.
There were no NSFW channels in that server ever.
And for
Yeah.
clarification,
It's literally against the rules.
this did happen more than once.
It happened like almost every VC with him. That was like his joke, is that he always posted side characters.
I saw it when he
Of
first-
side characters, dude, specifically. Never porn of Sonic, dude.
server, but I know
It has
from like
to be
other
the side
people
characters, or
who
else it's
were
all the bit's ruined, dude.
the
It's not
staff
funny.
at the time.
But posting and
It's only
deleting
funny when it's a little like Tails cock and not fucking Sonic cock. And Tails ain't a side character, bro. Well, he's kind of, but he's well, I mean, I guess you could technically say any character other than Sonic is side.
in public servers is not at all the extent that Native was willing to go. He also multiple times sent unsolicited to a creator named Luke Station, who was 16 at the time.
Bro.
Something Native and everyone who's interacted with Luke knows. And this is something that
Dude, if you're a kid, don't talk about Sonic online, or else you're gonna get like pedoed on.
reoccurs with
Dude, it's crazy! This man just uploaded a fucking Sonic video, 16. He's like, yeah, dude, I love Sonic 06, or I hate Sonic 06, whatever. Something about Sonic 06 in the video. And fucking NativeFall's like, damn, nice call. It's like, what? Bro.
Native. As many of the people I've privately
Dude.
spoken about Native sending them are creators I personally know, and some would
So he's just like, yeah, nice to meet you. Cool Sonic video. Here's like my like, what?
even consider close friends. Even Matt received from Native when he was a minor.
What?
And Native even admits to doing this
Bro.
in his own document. The only difference is he openly
And it's always weird shit too. Like this, obviously, like it's not like showing anything, but like it's just so weird, dude. Like choking on a fucking it's just,
lies about what
It's
was
just
sent,
cringe,
saying it was
dude. It's
this,
so
which is
weird,
definitely
bro.
bad. When in reality,
What
it was
the
actually
fuck?
something I can't even
Get
say
off
on-
screen!
But in fact, Native's aware of this. But when you mouse over the edited on a Discord message, you can actually see when it was edited, and these were edited over 6 months after they were sent. And from the timestamps of 11:39 to 12:25, we can tell that Native spent almost an hour going back and deleting and editing
dude, that's so dumb. He literally, in the middle of the night, a year later, panicked and edited all his bad messages. He's guilty.
messages to
It's
make himself
over.
look better. Which, to be totally clear, this
It's
stuff was
over.
never reciprocated by these people. They never asked
fucking
for
over.
it. They never showed interest. In fact, in every scenario I saw, they showed disgust. And these are people I just personally know and have spoken to, most of whom are creators, because that's just naturally the circle I'm in. So this doesn't even include the likely countless number of fans, all of whom don't have the platform reach or connections to creators, and just stay silent because they don't want to start big problems and have to deal with all these angry fans mad at them, which I do understand. And if that's how he acts in others' public Discord servers and DMs, imagine how he runs his own server. Yes,
Bro.
Native has a Discord server with around 700 of his
Well,
fans
that
from, you know, his Sonic the Hedgehog videos, where the entire server is dedicated to real, drawn, and any age. Seriously.
The server, so his server that he promotes to Sonic fans is all NSFW except for this one section. This is the safe for work section. And no, okay, it's one thing to have an NSFW section in server. It's another thing to make your whole server NSFW and then have a safe for work section. Like it's the odd one out. What?
Seriously, there is any age on the server like that. There's hundreds
This flamenco shit!
by these people. They never asked for it. They never showed interest. In fact, in every scenario I saw, they showed disgust. And these are people I just personally know and have spoken to, most of whom are creators, because his fans. It's called the channel. There's scrolling every franchise, but just browsing here, it's insane. The sheer amount of
Zootopia, Ice Age, Goof Troop, Castlevania. No, these are all kids shows. These are all kids movies. No, 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 no. These are all kids movies. Fuck, dude, what's happening?
care.
No, these are all kids. Okay. None of this is for adult. Well, Star Trek is for all ages, I feel. Kind of skewed towards adults. Okay, Transformers, Utopia, Sonic porn? No. These are basically all kids. Star Wars. Sing? That shitty Illumination video movie about like animals singing? Master Tigress. Okay, that's from Kung Fu Panda, right? Minnie Mouse? Lion King? Open Season? Dude. Open Season is crazy. Open Season is fucking nuts. Thank you for the $10, noobs. Dude, but look. Having porn of Open Season is fucking actually insane. This is actually nuts. Open Season? Okay. What's next? Okay. Kanga, King Julian. I think these are Kung Fu Panda characters. Oh my god, this goes so fast. Okay, wait, no, it's restarting. Okay. Sing the Robin Hood. Pixar. Okay. So, you know, Shadman would like this. You know, The Incredibles was one of his favorites. Madagascar, Marvel, Lion King, Ice Age, Goof Troop, How to Train Your Dragon, Helen. Dude, these are all kids' properties. Is there like Breaking Bad worship? Is there like, I don't know, like what's some like hot ass? Well, I mean, most female actresses are hot as fuck. Yeah, where's like the Lindsay Lohan worship or whatever? Just the first female actor I could think of. Bad guy. Dude, that's an animal movie. A lot of these are animals too. Alvin and the Chipmunks! That's just the movie division. That's just the movie division. No, Panty and Stalking. Dude, that show in itself is weird as fuck. Someone showed me one episode, like, I don't know, like 5, 7, 8 years ago. It was weird, I remember. Didn't like it. Visipop? What? No, this hits like every fucking weird degen shit. Steven Universe? Dude, this hitting everything. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What? They're turtles! They have shells! You just gonna, like, jack off to the big turtle peens? Gravity Falls. Guys, Gravity Falls is an issue. For those of you who don't know what Gravity Falls is, that's a huge issue. Gravity Falls is a huge fucking issue. These are the main characters in Gravity Falls. That's a huge issue. Not that, you know. What the fuck? Bambi! Bluey! Bluey. 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 Bluey.
There's probably also of it here. It's called the photo.
Rayman! Pow World!
It's called
Undertale, Spyro, Shantae. Okay, that one makes sense. Shantae, I'll give a pass for. Rareware, a whole company's catalog. Ratchet and Clank. No, I love Ratchet and Clank. Paladins? Dude, that's like a debt. Dude, does anyone even play Paladins anymore? What? Next, you're gonna have Concord porn. Like, what? Pal World? He's in all the trends. Nintendo, Minecraft. Futuristic Hub must have been in this as well. What are these? There's so many. You just categorize them? Wait, so he must have drawn at least one sexual image in each of these categories to create them. What? He's drawn so much porn. Fortnite, fighting games. What? You have all these specific channels and then just fighting games? It's like a whole... Okay, I guess he doesn't... Like, Donkey Kong... I don't even know, bro. What? Dude, this is 1.5. This, like... Why is there so many? Cult of the Lamb, Crash Bandicoot, Cuphead! What are you gonna do with Cuphead? Oh, they're like, in the TV show too, they're like little like boys just playing around and being goofy. Ew. Sonic characters, and then Rouge the Bat needs its own category, of course. Oh, this... What the fuck? Okay, wait, is that it? Fetish stuff, bunnies, MILF, cum, blowjob. Okay. Clearly, we didn't even... Oh, what? Dude, I can't even imagine what... Dude, there's more channels than members. There's more porn than people in this server.
Entire server is dedicated to real characters age of every franchise.
Dude, oh my god, I just saw the fucking frame of the fucking Cream the Rabbit, and just thinking of how, like, the characters age and how they talk in Sonic Heroes. It's just, oh.
It's called the Photo Gallery, and despite the server being founded and having a server icon of, this server, which was founded by Native, claimed it was transferred to a user named Llama Jama, which I find interesting considering this is literally the username Native previously and currently uses for all of his account. Only ones other than Native that frequently creates and commissions of Native's character, a female bunny that he uses for his YouTube avatar, like how I use the raccoon. The main difference being he's always had this weird relationship with his OC, something that could not be more clear by the insane amount of he has collected and paid for of it. Without looking at it right now, I would guarantee NativeFall has at least 400 pieces of his OC on his hard drive right now. Now, there's a very, very small safe for work section in this server, literally consisting of only 5 channels, and this is one of them, despite it being exclusively, and this isn't a whoopsie, it's in the wrong section. The channel is also not NSFW. It has a different icon that only the Safe for Work channels have, and it's been like this since 2021. So it's literally impossible that this is a mistake. And a more recent update is as of May, Native is actually back on his main account posting of himself, which not only big surprise, the Llama Jama account has only posted twice since Native's come.
Dude, how much fucking free time do you have on your hands? Holy shit, the guy's horny.
Back. But on NativeFall's main,
it's like every time he gets horny, he makes a new drawing. Like
official Discord account, the only link he has in his bio is his Twitter, which he's renamed from NativeFall to Llama Jama. And he has his main account in the connections below if you don't believe this is his, despite being named NativeFall, which he claims the Llama Jama account is a girl. So not only is this fake, but he's pulling a Midori, simply LARPing as a girl to avoid criticism for their past. And even more proof I stumbled upon was a post from November 2023 on the Llama Jama account where they wrote, "I'm deleting my files and I don't think I shared these, sending them here."
I think I need to smoke weed. This is
since they're
crazy.
Old. And if you look at them, both of them have the watermark of NativeFall. Not to mention the Llama Jama Twitter profile picture is literally now NativeFall's OC naked. And this is something I just found out about.
It's just like Fap offline, bro. Like, why does this all have to be online? Like, okay. If you get horny to kid Sonic characters naked, that's an issue. But, bro, to like just do it all like online and publicly, it's just so weird.
It actually
like
might be
layer,
one
man.
of the worst parts. But if you look at the photo gallery, in the rules channel, Native's post about photomorphs mentioned about everything you could possibly think of, except for not drawing morphs of people who are underage. So I decided to go look at Native's post history and just choose any random number, and you're going to get something bad on that page. In fact, one of the things I randomly stumbled upon was him posting this picture of Vanilla walking in on Cream getting f***ed by a BB.
Even though it's censored, that fucking Cream the Rabbit gets me. Because, like, I know it's a fictional character, but the fact that you could be, like, sexually attracted to that, like, we all grew up, like, playing Sonic and Sonic Heroes and hearing, like, that little girl voice on Team Rose, like, I can take it from here, let's go, yup, yup, yup. It's like, you really think of that and you're like, mama, I'm hard. Like, what the fuck? Like, just that just gets to, because we all grew up with, like, Sonic Heroes and, like, Cream, and, like, she's portrayed very young, like, even younger than Amy Rose and other characters like that, so it's like, I think Cream is probably the definitive, intentionally youngest character in the Sonic franchise. I think Cream is the absolute youngest that we see.
You
like,
really
pretty
posting this meme, okay? Especially in the same server saying, sure, Cream's a child, but she doesn't even have any human features. It's a Sonic character. Which, to those people, what if I told you the entire photo gallery was begging for a Sage channel, referring to Sage from Sonic Frontiers, and you can probably imagine the kind of art they want. And Native turned them down, not on posting Sage, but on having a dedicated Discord channel to it. To which he essentially said,
what? There won't be a Discord channel for Sage, but there will be for fucking, what, open season?
Hey, that's an underage character, so it's a bad luck. Just post it in the general Sonic channel, as if that's somehow better. In the same server, I found this comic one post before being so kill of Sage, Cream, Tails, Charmy, Maria, and literally every child character, which I think I just named about all of them in the franchise, with the kicker being literally hundreds and hundreds of pictures of them, with Cream having by far the most art of the group. This type of stuff being posted or pinned almost exclusively comes
what are
from
Augie's thoughts on the new trailer? I actually don't know. I have to ask him.
Or his lead mod, E102 Gamma, and all the stuff he's posting is
yo, E102 Gamma should have stayed dead in Sonic Adventure. He revived to become a CP supplier? Bro, dude, you fucked up, dude.
So bad that
really?
His original Discord says error loading page, which if you see that permanently on someone when Discord isn't having an outage, that means their count is—
Dude, this is what I want to happen to Gamma, dude. Dude. This is what I want to happen to CP guy. The victim gets away. The little birdie flies away. Boom! Bye, Pedo! See ya! See ya, motherfucker! Bam! Finally free, dude. Free to be a normal kid. Fuck, man. Anyway.
Isn't deleted, but rather it's likely been permanently banned by none other than Discord themselves. And judging by the literal hundreds of Cream, Maria, and other minors he's posted there, I have a feeling as to why they banned him. And while this person is anonymous and going by E102 Gamma, to have gone to the point where you're a head mod of a server, someone has to know who you are or at least spoken to you, and Native has. He knows who this is, he checked them off, he approved them, and here they are posting nothing but of children. Now, to wrap up Native and put the bow on before we go into Shanny, which is debatably worse than what Native did. He's
debatably worse. No way. No way.
done
debatably
multiple fan
worse.
meetups with his audience that, like all Sonic tubers, is composed of entirely minors. He's
Well, I guess it could be worse because, like, well, no, I mean, we don't know if Native raped a kid. That's one thing. That's, like, the only thing. I think they've done literally everything else other than, like, straight up child rape.
so gooner-brained that when we did eventually meet IRL at Fan Jam,
That we know of.
a convention where, yeah, about all the attendees were kids, and I don't think I even saw 20 people that were over the age of 14 there. And when we were hanging out, I kept mentioning to Native how weird I thought it was that his phone literally had of the rabbit from Zootopia on it. And I don't mean like on it like his lock screen, which was also, but no, I mean he physically had a sticker of it on the back of his phone that was visible at all times. Bro is like a hardcore gooner.
That's insane. He has porn as a sticker on his phone and as his lock screen. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many, like, I don't know. Native apparently said he was going to make a response somewhere in this. It was, like, implied or whatever. I mean, he'll probably have to. He's even a smaller channel than this. He's, like, 28k subs or whatever, but it's, like, I don't know. I think it's too definitive. There's been like 5 different nail and coffin moments, you know, and this is one of them. The fucking sticker.
Now, my final thing to say about Native before we move on to Shani
He
is
said he'd be making a response on his community. Okay, so wow. I guess I'll react to that when that comes out. Because how? Like literally, how can you respond to this? How?
very clear and very repeated behavior of being a weirdo to kids, and with him planning all these IRL meetups, something I don't even do, and I don't like to flex, but I'm a way significantly larger creator, and I would never do just a random fan meetup. It would obviously be wrong for me to do, considering the audience any Sonic creator has. Now, I think as someone who's also personally promoted and platformed this dude, that it's important you know what he's done and who he's like as a person, because there's a very documented history of being a pathological liar and a danger to minors.
It would be funny if he owned it and went masked off. I guess, but I mean, there's only so much you can laugh when the stuff he's doing is this bad.
What worse combination is there in a creator? And obviously, there's no way for me to know his intentions for sure. With how long it's been going and all these inconsistencies adding up, then I don't think it's that far of a reach to say Native is using this server and maybe even his channel to try to bring kids to even porn artists I know have multiple OCs. I don't think any of them would be dumb enough or frankly evil enough to have 2 accounts with the same name and the same character in OC and everything, but one that's targeted towards kids and another that's literally illegal to be viewed by kids. And that's not even including the fact that there's multiple accounts of him sending to minors. I mean, that alone is just like game over. All this other stuff is just like, what the f? And having access to a younger audience like all of us do isn't a right. It's a privilege. And
This is
Native
crazy. This is actually a pretty big deal in the Sonic community. Like, just all this, like, in the Sonic YouTube community. Like, this is kind of huge. What the fuck?
everything possible to prove he
It's kind of
cannot handle
insane.
that responsibility, despite him saying, oh,
Like, I don't witness nukes being dropped like this. Like, I know I missed all the Mr. Beast stuff, so maybe there's definitely been big moments, but like, and this is, I'm not saying this is the most crazy thing I've ever heard in like my 6 years in YouTube drama, but like, this is pretty fucking big. I don't know.
I'm changing or I've changed, literally can't help himself but to do it over and over again. It's pathological. Now, with all that said about Native, let's talk about Shani, as it still somehow gets worse and grosser, at least in my opinion, as he's done a lot of the same stuff Native's done, but what he was caught with is like way worse than Cream the Rabbit and actually sick and demented. But not to worry, as Shani also has tons of cream.
Oh, okay. So it's like Native only did like fake characters and like lolly and animal lolly and stuff, but this guy's doing like real kids. Okay.
And the rabbit art. To introduce Shani, I want to first show you a video by a well-known member of the community,
Wow.
S. Nick, who, yes, is also the creator of that super popular Mr. Imposter meme song, as he has a lot of personal experience with Shani, and I think introduces him very well. But to preface, since Esnick doesn't give context to how Shani is so well connected to the community, and at the time, not even Esnick knew how bad this truly gets. But for some context as to who Shani is, well, his reputation is he's the guy that gives everyone in the community their little Seiya and Sonic leaks, which, by the way, before
Oh, okay, then that's huge. Because I know that, like, over the years from watching these Sonic YouTubers, right? I've heard, like, you know, from various YouTubers that, like, oh, sometimes there's, like, been news swirling around behind the scenes. Like, I frequently hear it from Speed Supersonic Ricardo, who Sonic Show in here said that he wasn't, like, involved in any of this at all, but he says, like, oh yeah, there's been stuff behind the scenes, blah blah blah, whatever. So Shani must be the source of all that. And if Shani's the source of all that, it's like that literally fuels like a good percentage of the content that is put out by the Sonic YouTubers. So it's like, is there going to be a suggestion that, like, there's monetary incentive to keep him, to keep stuff from coming? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't want to comment on it too much, but let's just watch this and see.
Alien comments ask it. No, I've never received or even as much as messaged with Shani the before, nonetheless receiving any info from him.
Yes. Yeah, as long as it's not repeated. Supposedly the next one that's coming out is a Colors. It's either a Colors port or a remake of Colors, but you can never repeat that because like five people know. Like only 5 or so people know about that.
But that's just how Shani's known. Where's
Okay, so that was like, yeah, like a year. That was like, I don't know, like a year, like half a year before it was announced.
Shani gets these leaks? It's unclear what his connection internally is.
And I remember a lot of people, when they were talking about the leaks, it was around Sonic Colors Ultimate specifically. So that's probably what they were talking about. All the Sonic YouTubers. Like, I've heard behind the scenes, it probably just went through the grapevine, like, only 5 people knew, but then, like, only 20 people knew. Now, soon it's getting referenced on YouTube channels and stuff. Like, he must have been the source then, yeah.
Or rather, who it is. But once you get to the end of this entire video, you might just have a clue of who it is.
Hey, everyone. My name is Nick. I'd like to introduce you all to someone very special to me. This is Shani. Say hello, Shani.
Hey.
Shani sent me when I was 17. And he was in his 30s. People still hang around Shani. Now, I don't understand why, but he's been able to breeze it over actually relatively well, surprisingly well even. He's really good at this. He does a bit of a brief rebrand, and then he kind of slowly comes back whenever enough people forget about him. Now, with that in mind, I have something that I want to present to you all. This is Shani's Ink Bunny account.
Oh, no.
Now, for those of you in the back who are unaware of what Ink Bunny is, let me fill you in on it.
I don't know.
It is a website full of the most rancid imaginable.
Oh, that's why
there is absolutely no moderation, and there is, like, literal cub on it. It is not good. Not good
That's
at
why
all.
I don't know what it is.
Now, for those of you confused, the term
Holy
cub
shit.
is a term in the furry community, often paired with other terms such as underage, child, lolly, and it's
yeah, cub is basically like furry CP.
exactly that. It's the furry term for children, and not like teens or younger characters, but actual depictions of children. Imagine Cream the Rabbit, but more human-like. This is a very well-known term within these communities, and to give the furries credit, this is something that's banned on almost every website, with Ink Bunny being the exception.
So you have to ask yourself, why the hell does Shani have an Ink Bunny? We see that Shani doesn't really have any posts on this account. He does have things linked to it. His old Discord that he took down after he was questioned, and his Twitter account, his old Twitter handle, which if you were to search on Twitter right now, you will get his current handle, like it will auto-adjust to it. There is also one thing that Shani also has on this Ink Bunny account, and that is his favorites. So, I got curious, and I took a look at said favorites. What I saw was, something. I will now highlight this something by doing a specified search for a 3-letter word. I literally can't show you guys this stuff. Like, I don't think I'm allowed to show you guys this stuff.
Okay.
But I want to just scroll through the entirety of it right here, just to kind of let it sink in. This is a persistent pattern. I don't know why he did this. I don't know the logic. It doesn't feel brain dead, doesn't feel like an accident. Now, can't really show you anything, but I can read some of the tags.
Do you remember the zoo tag? No, I don't. The owner of that, so zoo sadist. Well, I can guess what that means. The owner of that website.
So that's, this one is one artist, which is an animation, When Daddy Loves You. Fox, Cub,
we get it, we get it. Okay, let's just try and, like, see if we can...
Insane. When I first made that document, they lost their...
When me, Matt, and a couple other creators who I'm leaving out of this confronted Native in a call, Matt had the idea to make Native open his DMs with Shani, and like the worst case scenario, they're sending their favorite private depraved images and art of, frankly, all ages of characters. So has Shani changed? Or did he just take this exact same antics to the DMs and private servers? Which, what Shani's done is not a secret. And as you're aware of with the confrontation with Sam, this is not only something he's aware of, but something everyone who knows and is connected to Shani is fully aware of. If you can find someone talking with Shani, they know what he did. And in the past couple weeks, I've seen a lot of talk resurfacing about Shadowman. And don't get me wrong, this is not a defense of him. But no matter how you look at it, at every single angle, what Shani did was far worse than Shadowman, but yet nobody seems to...
That's not true. I mean... I don't know the extent of what Shani did. You're saying they just dropped cub porn. It's, like, fucked up. But, like, Shadman drew real kids naked. Like, real people. Like, Keemstar's daughter and shit. Like, nah. I mean... And you don't even need to bring up that comparison. Like, all of this speaks for itself. Like, why bring that comparison up?
Care about associating with Shani. And once everyone forgot what he did, they just resumed friendship with him again. So has Shani changed, or did he just take his exact same antics to the DMs in private servers? There's nothing to say he's changed or just got over it. And in fact, there's actual counter evidence that shows is something that permanently affects...
But at the same time, it's like, they're both pedo. Like, a pedo's a fucking pedo. So it's like, whatever. Who's worse, Shadman or this person? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just, in my opinion. Based on what I've seen, I think Shadman's worse. But yeah, I mean, Shani's not great either, obviously.
To Shani physically meeting and interacting with audiences as young as ours, and having him at these Sonic conventions with kids who are often alone, which I believe being platformed is a privilege. And with Shani's track record, I have to question, why is there an effort from multiple creators to cover up and re-spotlight Shani in a confrontation with Matt? And Shani tries to play this off as, quote, "I'm defending the freedom of expression through art and support my friends and do not agree that art reflects real life." And upon hearing this only makes it worse, because this means not only is Shani infatuated with adult uncub art, but these artists who are making it are his friends. And while some people try to use the artistic expression argument for a lot of teen characters, personally, I just don't think you can debate when it comes to little kids and babies. And I think personally, and this is just my own opinion, but Shani needs to go away from the internet and stop rebranding to try to sneak back in. And to speak to an audience of children like this, I think is a privilege, not a right. But the first time I ever met him was briefly in person at an event I went to called Fan Jam, and he just came up to me out of the blue and said, "Hey, I used to actually hate you, but meeting you in person, you don't seem that bad after all." And that was just after a minute or two of some random small talk, and I was like, oh, thanks, I guess. And even there, his behavior and demeanor, especially around other attendees, were, as a lot of people noted, very creepy and odd. And Shani was not a part of any panel or booth there. So with what we know about his personal interests, just like Native, sending to minors such as Esnick himself, it seems very likely, or at least possible, he was there to get the opportunity to meet and interact with more minors, as he barely even interacted with the other creators there and mostly just lurked around attendees, who aren't necessarily the oldest demographic if you're aware of Sonic the Hedgehog fans. One last thing, since this does involve a creator, I want to make it clear, I'm not doing this for any personal gain, as I promise I'm only going to lose fans from the people who I'm just going to have to accept will eternally cope for their favorite creator. As well as with all the Sonic news going on, I just make much more attention and money if I just stuck to that. And I want to, trust me. But this has been weighing on my mind, and with all these other situations happening now, I feel like I have some level of obligation to speak out, and that's this.
Dude, that still of Dr. Disrespect literally looks like Jim Carrey, Dr. Eggman, bro.
I feel like I have some level of obligation to speak out, and that's this. With there being sent to 16-year-olds, I honestly feel guilty for having not spoken about this earlier and being pressured by Sonic tubers who I do not respect and sure have some influence.
It's an
but
edit.
are just trying to like
It might
threaten
be,
to blacklist me over Sega. Boo-hoo, who gives a
But it actually like fits him really well.
Sega, I don't care. And you can probably tell by the fact that I cover leaks that my allegiance is to you, the people, not Sega. Because let's be honest, most of them there probably want me dead every time I cover a leak. As a creator, I have an obligation to speak the entire truth and try to minimize damage that can occur to, let's be honest, my community of almost entirely kids and teenagers. Which, shocking, the majority of people watching Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube content aren't in their 30s and 40s. And I frankly think anyone with a sizable platform has the same responsibility to their audience, especially when you consider that in an effort to protect everyone, the only victims who have had something to say in this video are victims who are also fellow creators and sizable members of the community. These are people with very public voices, and they couldn't even speak out. So imagine how many people who aren't in that community haven't spoke out. And if you're one of these people, please shoot me a DM on anything. I'm going to be checking all my message requests. Whether it's Shanny or Native, just shoot me even an email. Just let me know. So out of respect to Sam, I reached out and wanted him to have some...
Okay. Thanks, and just for transparency, do you mind if I screenshot this and put this in the doc so it's your direct words instead of me rephrasing or just copy-pasting plain text? Whatever you feel is best. I want to thank you again for allowing me to share my point of view, and hope this truly does clear any concerns you may have had. In the end, while late, I'm happy you explained the situation to me. I'll be sending messages to my mutuals tomorrow to cut ties with Shanny, and that anything we might have had regarding... Okay. So I guess he just didn't know the full story until last week. I don't know, I guess he fucked up, but if he hasn't platformed Shanny since and is actually doing what he's saying here, like, I don't know, you can't be too mad at him, I guess, but, I mean, you can't be mad at him, but...
say or comment on this, and he wrote this, and this is in his words, so even though it's in third person, these aren't my words. And afterwards, I'll give my thoughts as well as Esnick, who also responded to this, since Sam makes some claims about his character that I think he definitely deserves to respond to, especially with there being no evidence provided by Sam. To read it in his own words, Sam was not aware of the severity of the Shanny allegations as it was made by someone who Sam thought wasn't truthful based on his past false stories shared by Esnick, which included Sam himself and his work. This gave Sam no reason to look into what Esnick was saying on Twitter and actively avoided him prior to the serious allegations made. Due to mental health issues at the time of the allegations, Sam was not active on Twitter and did not see anything tagging him to the related post, which also contributed to the unknowing of the full context. Heard about Shanny's allegations from other creators but was still unaware of the full context as well as the meaning of cub, which was not made clear and was only discussed as being furry. Esnick, when speaking to Sam IRL, never portrayed it as anything baby related and was understanding of Sam wanting to stay out what he thought was drama at the time, not knowing the full gravity of the allegations. Permanently cut ties with Shanny right after the Sonic show brought the full context of what was alleged. Which is a reminder, this is the third time now he's claimed to have cut ties with Shanny. Will it be permanent? Only time will tell. So he had a response to Sam, which he provided some proof and receipts for, and it's actually pretty short, so I'll just read it quickly. I sent him the statement I just read and asked some questions, to which he wrote, I think Sam is referring to a document I made specifically about a personal incident between Shanny and myself, which included his connections with individuals throughout the scene. This was done mainly to explain who Shanny is and what level of influence/connections he had throughout the scene at large. I don't recall actually making a document specifically for Big Sonic or whatever, nor did I imply Sam or any party outside of Shanny was acting maliciously in said document. There's also no mention of Shanny being a provider of leaks in said document. As for the cub thing, in the discussion I had with Sam IRL, I was under the impression that he was already aware of what was going on and what certain terms meant, as he specified that Shanny and him had cut ties not long after the whole ordeal went down. And he actually immediately retracts that there's no mention of Shanny being a provider of leaks, as quote, I did mention that he's usually seen as an in for Sonic influencers to get exclusive scoops of information ahead of time, just reading over things right now to make sure it's all correct. I did not specify who used him for this though, and in retrospect, the wording may imply that all of Shanny's connections utilize him for such, as opposed to just a handful of folks throughout the scene prodding him about nonsense. To which I respond as, this is my thoughts. From my understanding, his leaks is how Shanny is known to the creators in the community, which there's more to the conversation, you can read the full thing in the doc, but an important note to the end of that is Shanny is known for his leaks. That's what Matt and everyone who who's associated with him told me. In fact, all I know about Shanny is he likes cub and giving leaks to Sonic tubers. Now, after this conversation, Esnick gave me basically all the stuff he had on Shanny, and not only is there archive.org backups of Shanny's Ink Bunny stuff, but despite his potential rebrand, his old favorites to this very day on the main website are all still searchable, even though he deleted his profile. When you search for favorites by Volg Shan, you'll see, just as Esnick reported, a lot of creepy cub, lolly, and in the tags and titles of these images. And yes, the big age difference comes into play in almost every one of these. As if it couldn't get more transparent, some of these images even have the tag underaged. When you look at the video scrolling, which I obviously can't show unpixelated on YouTube, it appears that a majority of all of his tags that are Sonic related are of Tails, Cream, Marine the Raccoon, and featuring appearances from Charmy and a bunch of others as well.
Oh, Charmy's
but by
a kid
far,
too,
mostly
fuck.
Tails and Cream. There's 3 massive pages of results, and all the ones that aren't Sonic characters are just random furry babies having sex with adults or by themselves. So to wrap up, this is something I've been thinking about for a handful of months now, especially recently. It's just ramping up more and more, and now that I've gotten it off my chest, unless there's something huge that I feel like I need to respond to, which I don't think there will be, as I covered everything pretty clearly here, and anything not clear will be more clear in the document version. But I promise, back to Sonic news after this, and I hope I never have to make a video like this again, as this sort of stuff shouldn't be happening to either fans or my fellow creators. And as a leader in the community, it's important I make you guys aware of this, so you watching this don't become another potential victim. I know everyone who's involved with covering these 2 guys up are going to be really pissed at me, and that's just something I'm going to have to deal with.